The first thing we need to understand, brothers and sisters, is what is Valentine's Day. Prophet ﷺ said, "Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum." Whoever you imitate, you will be raised with those people on the day of Qiyamah. Who is the example? Not me, not anybody else, but Rasulullah. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. In the life of Rasulullah ﷺ is the perfect example.
جئنا إلى الدنيا كي ندعو إلى الله
لننشر الخير في الكون الذي حارى
ونرسل العطر من روض الهدى الزاهي
ويشرق السلم أنوارا وأنوارا.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Respected brothers and sisters, Prophet ﷺ said, "Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum." Whoever you imitate, you will be raised with those people on the day of Qiyamah. Now, brothers and friends, it's the time of the year, and we're in February, and it's the 14th. We're nearly on the 14th of February, and we call this Valentine's Day. Celebrated worldwide, especially in the West, but now slowly creeping into Muslim countries as well. And everybody thinks it's a norm. It's just a day where you give flowers and presents and gifts to each other, and you spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Husbands to their wives, wives to their husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, boyfriends, and people spend absolutely a fortune on this day. The first thing we need to understand, brothers and sisters, is what is Valentine's Day? What is the significance of it? It started with a person called Valentine, Saint Valentine, and he sent a letter to somebody he loved. It's from Valentine, and before he got executed, and after that it just kicked off, and it spread like wildfire, and it's going more and more today. And the thing about it is, it's not an Islamic tradition. It's not an Islamic act. It's not something Islam encourages or tells people you must, on the 14th of Feb, you must give flowers, or you must give chocolates, or you give perfume to your beloved ones. It is not Islamic at all. And when something which is not Islamic, and then we bring it into our lives and we practice this, regardless of our intention, the brothers and sisters, the hadith which I mentioned earlier, "Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum." Whoever you imitate, then that person will be raised with those on the day of Qiyamah. So the choice is pretty simple. The choice is ours. Who do we want to be raised with? Do we want to be raised with those people, i.e. with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with the Sahaba ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in, with the Sahabiyat? That's one choice we have. Or do we want to be raised with those people who don't believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who don't believe in the Sahaba, who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who do we want to be raised with? And the funny thing is, okay, Valentine's Day, you give gifts, you show your love, but first of all, love to each other. If it's a husband and wife relationship, then it's not about one day of that you buy a gift for your wife on that particular day, or you buy a gift for your husband on that particular day, or let's just go to Mother's Day example, or Father's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, same thing, that on that particular day you give your mother a lovely frame or a lovely present, or you give your father a frame. It's got nothing. Mother's Day, to be honest, should be every single day of life, where a Muslim should be looking after his mother, okay, caring for his mother, making dua for his mother. Father's Day, every day of our life, we should be making dua, Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira, making dua for our parents every single day. Husband and wife relationship, it's a relationship where we supposed to show love to each other every single day, just the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam showed love to the Ummahatul Mu'minin. Who is that example? Not me, not anybody else, but Rasulullah. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. In the life of Rasulullah ﷺ is the perfect example. And how did Rasulullah show his love? Once a year? No. Rasul, when he entered the house, always had a smile. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha says, Rasulullah ﷺ entered the house, always had a beautiful smile on his face. Okay? So if we 364 days of the year were miserable and grumpy, and one day, 14th of February, we walk in the house with a bouquet of flowers and we say, "Hello my love, here my sweetheart, here my darling, say some lovely words to your wife," and give her a perfume flowers. That's not the practice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Afshu salama bainakum." Do salam between yourselves. Give hajjas between yourselves. It creates muhabbat. By making salam, by giving gifts, generally makes great muhabbat. So it's not that that just on that particular day we should do it. We should make a habit. If you really love our wife, I'm not saying you can't give flowers to your wives. I'm not saying you can't give perfumes to your wife. I'm not saying you can't give to your husbands. But don't do it on this day. Don't do it on 14th of Valentine, because it's not Islamic. It is not Islamic. You might say, well, Maulana, don't be too tight. Maulana, the times have changed. We live in England, we live in the UK, and we should follow. No, we don't follow anybody's way. We follow only the way of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, because in the way of Rasulullah sallallahu lies 100% success. Lies 100% success. And brothers and friends, well, like I said, nobody's denying or nobody's rejecting, nobody's saying you can't give flowers. And the other thing is, if you give flowers on this day, it costs an absolute bomb. This is the other downside of it as well. You buy flowers on the 1st of January to give to your wife, the price is different. You go to on the 14th or the 13th of Feb and you buy a bouquet of flowers for your wife, it can absolute huge difference in the price, because it's the occasion. So nobody said you can't give gifts to each other as husband and wife, but brothers and sisters, don't make it on this day, because if we're doing this, then we're imitating other people, and when we imitate other people, then you will be raised with those people on the day of Qiyamah. This is between husband and wife. Then comes to the fact that boyfriends and girlfriends, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. I mean, today, in this time, in this age, nearly every single person has a boyfriend. A lot of people have boyfriends and girlfriends. It's become, unfortunately, a norm. Not justifying it, not saying it's right, because everybody thinks it's because it's happening. We need to refrain from it, and we need. Rasulullah says, the Quran says, "Wala taqrabu zina." Don't even go near zina. Don't even go near zina. And today, through our mobile phones and through text messages and through WhatsApp and through BB. Now you're obviously going to make video calls as well. All sorts of things happening. People texting each other and happy Valentines and love you, this, that, you, this, you. And Muslim youth, or Muslim boys and Muslim girls involved in this action. And not just the Muslim youth, elderly people, decent people from good backgrounds are involved in this as well. Brothers and sisters, it is not right for us at all. Honestly, it is not right. It is a huge guna. Not a guna sagira, not a minor guna, but it's a huge guna in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And brothers and sisters, when we're doing zina, okay, we might say, Maulana, she's only my friend, she's like my sister. It's funny how a so-called sister then becomes your girlfriend later on, and then a girlfriend of yours becomes your wife later on. So basically she starts from a sister. Oh, she's like a sister of my Maulana. Then she becomes your girlfriend, then she becomes your wife. It's ajib, isn't it? We just making excuses for ourselves to justify our actions. Brothers and sisters, nobody can force us to refrain from this. However, this is a bit of encouragement. Try to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're not in this dunya to follow other people's ways, other people's traditions, and other people's actions. We're here to follow the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. We follow the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah will give 100% success. Allah will give 100%. We follow any other way, there's an announcement which is going to be made on the day of Qiyamah, and that announcement is وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ. The people who are the sinners, the sinful people, move onto one side, go onto one side. وَامْتَازُ الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ. And أَلَمْ أَعْهَدْ إِلَيْكُمْ يَا بَنِي آدَمَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا الشَّيْطَانَ. What you told, that don't worship shaitan, don't follow his ways, don't follow his style, don't follow his trends. You are told quite clearly on the day of Qiyamah, you'll be told to go onto one side. Do we want to be shifted onto one side? Do we want to be moved onto one side, or do we want to be with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or do we want Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam to give us a water from the Hawd al-Kawthar? Do we want Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to hold our hand and take us into Jannah? Do we want Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to intercede on our behalf on the day of Qiyamah? Brothers and sisters, mothers and friends, the choice is absolutely ours. The choice is ours. Nobody can force us to practice Islam. Nobody can force us to do anything. Yes, my job, Imam's jobs, people's other imams and pious people, Buzrugs, their jobs is to give nasiyat and give advice, hoping that inshaAllah by listening to this, inshaAllah people might change their lifestyle. So brothers and sisters, please don't follow Valentines. Don't follow the traditions. Don't buy gifts on the day. If we need to, by all means, any other day of the year, feel free to do so. The other downside is, I told you, it's very, very expensive. And if you're going to buy flowers, here's a tip from me as well. If you're ever going to buy flowers for your wives, and I'm not saying then what you need to do, try not to buy from the florist, because a florist usually finish within a quick time. But if you fight from places like, at the supermarkets, they might be cheaper and they last much longer as well. So that's just a little tip from me. If you're gonna buy flowers, then don't buy from the florist, because I personally think they finish. The life is pretty short on that. But brothers and sisters, more importantly, we need to follow the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if we do that, inshallah, it might be a bit painful. We might love somebody, we might have a girlfriend, we have a boyfriend. Then brothers and sisters, we need to make tawbah from this as well. Ask Allah, Ya Allah, give me guidance, give me hidayat, take me away from the wrong path and put me onto the right path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives tawfiq to produce what has been said. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله وآله والأحبة لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله وآله والآل